so before we draw the first question, I want to hear how you two met. And I'd like to hear it from Winston's side, if that's okay.
Oh, wow.
Because I've heard it from your side. I feel like there's a different side.
We have like 3 stories.
Exactly.
Well, I know the very first time that I like met her in person, she was coming over to the house that I was renting. This is in college. And she was with one of my roommates.
Oh.
He brought her by. And then she comes in and she shakes my hand like we were like...
Business acquaintances?
I mean, like she was in a job interview.
Was like,
I had never
pleasure to
played...
meet you, Rachel Ramsey.
I had never played the handshake game with a female until then. But it was like this like, bro, standoff. And so she does the tour of the house with my roommate and they leave. And that's the first time we met.
Wow.
But I walked in, I was like, classes hadn't started yet. I was just a freshman. To this house, and legitimately, I was like, there are so many good-looking guys that like love Jesus, that are like good guys. They're like young life leaders and stuff, and they were like all had like visors on and like outdoor bags, and like y'all were all like campers.
And this
like,
Brentwood girl is walking in like, wow, what's an outdoor bag?
but I was like, what is, there's a whole other world of men out there. But I thought you were good looking.
Oh, thank you.
You say it like it was like surprising.
I was fascinated by you.
So when was the first like spark? When was the, okay, I think there's something here. I think we should date. Was that months later?
Well,
a year later.
It was a great, I mean, Rachel alluded to it. She actually went on dates with multiple roommates.
Oh,
wow. So this is literally, this is the Bachelorette.
Oh my gosh, y'all know.
It was the Bachelorette before the Bachelorette.
I did not overcook that statement at all, but she went out on dates with one other, maybe two.
Listen, my rule is if a guy asks me out to dinner, sure.
So you dated 3 out of the 4 roommates before you landed on Winston.
No, he had
Not
like
dated,
8 guys
but
live
she
with
went
him.
out with a few, and then and then
It was not serious.
I was trying to figure out life, as I still am. And so then she became great friends with my younger sister, and the circle started to get tighter and closer, and then she was available.
That's a good start. That's green flag.
All the roommate stuff had kind of like washed out.
Wow.
And so I called her and specifically remember asking her on a date, because I'm old school.
Represent.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I didn't. I take that back.
Yeah, you didn't.
I asked
You
the
hung out
driver-
with me twice.
I went in with the "Can I drive your car" method.
Yeah.
What? That's not a method?
He wanted to like hang out a couple of times, and then I remember saying, "I'm not hanging out with Winston Cruze anymore unless you ask me on a date because I don't know this game."
She didn't say
play.
that to me. I think by that time I just said date.
Wow.
That's the magic word, I guess.
So, hey, can I borrow your car?
No, not borrow it.
No,
just
he was like, "You got a new car.
let's go drive it.
I'm going to drive your car." Like, you know.
Okay.
Oh.
Similar to borrowing, but the person is in the car with you. The owner is in the car too.
in the passenger seat.
I didn't like need a ride to CVS.
Wow.
Very different.
Much less
that was
romantic
it.
than Rachel's version.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Yeah,
romantic?
Rachel's version is like, I saw him and I was so enamored by him.
I did.
And
I
Winston's
thought he
like,
was good.
yeah, I mean, she was there, I was there, she dated a few of the other roommates. I was still there, and I was like, yeah, let's go for a ride.
Oh my gosh.
That's the
Well, it
spark
was
note.
No, this is the how we met story, and then we went into then how did it start to go? I mean, we can
First date, sparks fly, bada bing, bada boom. She's Rachel Cruze.
so much sparks, many,
Wow.
Multiple. All right,
Okay, how about you guys?
settles it. I think equally as unromantic. We were coworkers. I think
So
I'd
I
like
met
to hear
at
your side.
Ramsey, yeah. And it was my first week, and George came and said hi to me. And he was one of the first few people that was super friendly to me. But it wasn't in a flirty way. It was actually in a like, oh, this guy is so nice.
Yeah, just a nice guy.
But we didn't start dating till like 2 years later because at the time Ramsey was a lot smaller, and you had to
It was more
kind
awkward
of
to
know
Yes,
Ramsey.
I remember
if you
that.
were gonna like actually date or work out, because the whole company I feel like was watching you at the time. So,
Totally. So y'all
Crazy.
worked at Ramsey for about 2 years before you actually like started
Yeah.
dating. Yeah.
Yep.
How long
And
did y'all
then he-
date for before you got married?
a year.
date. Yeah, just over a
Okay.
year.
Yeah.
And
We did hide it for 3 months. We didn't tell anyone at work. And someone came
Yeah.
up to me and they were like, that George guy's really weird to you.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, is he? I don't know why.
People are watching, but you weren't a personality then.
No,
You're doing
I
social
was
media.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
before
He
personality.
wasn't even in the
When is
host
it?
role.
When
yet.
is
I was
this?
like an email marketing coordinator.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Social media
Were
guy.
you intimidated to like walk up to her randomly
was.
and just be
Well,
like,
He
the
didn't
real story-
even ask me out.
Yeah,
he did it
I
over Snapchat.
messaged her over Snapchat.
Wow.
And I'm a grown man at this point. I'm not
true.
17.
To ask her
Yeah.
out.
And I was like, hey, Michael Reddish, mixologist, and his wife Vicky, they want to know like what you would
No,
say.
they think we should go on
They
a date.
think we should
That's
go
what
on a
he
date.
said.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
So she
George.
called me
So
out.
then
I would
I
rather
was
drive her
so
car.
angry.
be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have asked, hey, can I drive your car?
And
Would've
I
been
was on my way to
smoother.
church.
A lot of people are saying,
And I literally said to him, I was like, I'll get back to you after church. So I was mad because I had sneakily given him my number. So I was like, you have my number and you're doing this like,
Snapchat.
well, you're putting me in a trap because he's not actually asking me out. So then you're making me
It
feel
was
weird.
like, let me
I
just
was
get my
100%.
thoughts. Because then
Yeah.
it was, you know what? It was protecting myself.
You were.
I thought if she
Self-preservation
says-
mode.
Yeah.
Unhealthy
Yeah.
George.
Exactly.
she says no,
Yeah.
then it's their fault.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, she said no to the idea of them saying that we
Them.
should.
yeah.
She
It's
wasn't
a
interested
third party
in their idea.
arm's length
Yeah.
proposal.
She didn't
So-
reject me. She rejected their idea.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
Yeah.
great. I
But
hear
I
you.
came back and said I'd go on one date, and then I regretted it because we had fun. But we didn't start dating again until Christmas party of, what was it, 2017 or
2016 Ramsey
Yeah.
Christmas party.
Oh,
We
yeah?
danced the night away on Broadway.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all, that's
So, yeah,
fun.
it was fun.
And
And I
then it
hate
began.
dancing. But
That's
hey,
so great.
It worked out. I don't think
Yeah.
any, like,
That's
no relationship was
amazing.
like, it was just as beautiful, so romantic, everything went perfectly. It's always a little awkward from the start.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I
Part
had
of
the
it.
best idea to do a car, and that, it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I never knew
Snapchat
that
and
story, so
cars.
that's good to hear.
There we go.